Hello, and welcome to the first lecture of Culture and Literature 1.2 with course code ENSC1A01X. This lecture is created for the School of Education Department of the Rotterdam University of Applied Sciences, and my name is Ahmet Çakyoglu. In the following minutes, I will explain the course setup and guide you through the requirements that will help you successfully pass this course. Let's start with our first lecture goals for this course. After viewing and studying this online introduction, you will understand the setup of the course. You will be provided with a list of materials and required reading in order to successfully complete the course. You will understand general course requirements, and you will understand how the syllabus works and when the lectures need to be viewed and when you need to be at the HR. And here is a quick overview of what we're going to discuss today. First, we'll look at the course information, and we'll also have a look at the required reading. There will be a slide that shows the setup of how these classes will be organized, and we're also going to look at the timetable setup for this course. We'll finish off with some final notes. Now about the course itself, during Culture and Literature 1.2, we will be reading and analyzing different types of poetry and prose. In order to successfully work your way through the materials, you will need to learn basic literary terminology that you can also recognize in the works that we will read. You will train your critical thinking abilities and apply that concept to the works of fiction by means of creative and written assignments. What this means is that whenever we discuss a literary work, you will not be asked to give summaries of chapters like you probably did in secondary school, but instead you will have to look beyond the written word and study and analyze the choices that were made by the authors.
During this course, we will work through a vast array of works. Before you start, however, you need to have studied the course syllabus. It explains exactly what you need to know and do in order to pass this course. Make sure you download it and have it with you every time you work on your assignments. The materials for poetry will be presented during the first online class. The second topic is young adult literature. We will look at two novels. One, Life on the Refrigerator Door by Alice Kuipers-Bos, and 2, The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime by Mark Haddon. These books are also very interesting to teach from when teaching HAVO 3 or MAVO 4, so make sure you also read it from a teacher's perspective. The week after Young Adult Literature, we will look at A Map of Home by Randa Gerard. Then we're going to dive into 4 short stories, which is also interesting to use when training your pupils' extensive reading skills yourself. Finally, we will finish the course with a graphic novel called Mouse. Some of you might not be familiar with reading graphic novels, so don't regard them as comics that you might find in the funny section of the newspaper. Graphic novels, especially those like Mouse, can be challenging to read and require some time getting used to. I promise you it is worth the effort though, so make sure you take the same time and rest reading this novel as you would the others.
Now the classes are set up in a very simple but important manner. Before each class at the HR, you need to have watched a pre-recorded video lecture corresponding to that week. You can watch this whenever you want to, as many days in advance as you would like to, as long as you have made sure that you've watched it before the on-location class starts. We will then meet for a live session at the HR. Your participation is very much appreciated, so make sure that you are prepared. The more you prepare for this class, the better your chances to successfully pass your assignments. At the end of a subject or work, you will be required to hand in an assignment that might be graded for your final result. You will have plenty of time to finish every assignment, so make sure you utilize that time to perfect your writing.
Obviously, this course will be taught in Block 4. Upon successful completion, the course offers 5 ECTS, which I call an absolute win. You will need to upload your assignments on cum laude, no later than the deadline set in the reader. Whenever you are late, you will not be able to upload your assignment, and that means you will automatically have to take part in the resit. You can always contact your teacher if you have any problems, and we'll see if we can sort something out. The general rule, however, is that you hand in your assignments in time. Note that if you miss a deadline, it is still important to attend the other classes. You still need the information to pass the resit. Upon completion of the assignments, the teachers will choose 2 random assignments to grade. Your final grade will be based on these 2 assignments. If you do not meet the requirements, and therefore fail, you will be provided with written feedback that will help you sort out all of your other assignments as well. Make sure you apply the notes to all of them, as the 2 assignments for the resit might not be the same as the regular sit.
In the syllabus that you can find on Moodle, you can find all the information regarding the deadlines of an assignment, and of course information about when you're expected to watch a video lecture. As for the weekly assignments, make sure you hand in your work on time. Although we use Moodle to communicate and share documents, cum laude is the official way to hand in portfolios and assignments. Check the deadlines in the syllabus to see when you are expected to hand in work. Remember again that missing a deadline automatically means you will have to resit the course.
Some final notes before we end this introduction. You are without a doubt very motivated to start this course, and although this will be a very fun and engaging course, there is still a lot of work to be done in order to get the 5 points. You really need to watch and understand the lectures, so take notes, study them, and do whatever you can to understand them. The great thing is, you can always rewind or rewatch them. Again, there are no excuses. Attend the classes. I cannot stress this enough. The assignments you will be doing are discussed during class. Although they are written down in the course syllabus, we dig deep into the source matter and analyze the works during class activities. You should use that information when working on your assignments. Show up and score higher. Which brings me to class participation. The more you actively engage in discussion with me and your peers or your teacher, the more you train your critical thinking, and the more feedback you get during live sessions. Also, make sure you hand in your assignments.
We have reached the end of this first lecture. If you have any questions, be sure to bring them to class.